Matty K, and we're doing another deep dive today. We've got Sarah, who is a Liverpool fan. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. And not so great to be a Liverpool fan right now with us buying pretty much nobody.
Hey, look, there's still time, but we are going to get into that. I do like to start off these interviews by just asking, how is everything? We know it's a busy time for content creators. How is everything at home? Are you managing to stay relaxed?
Yeah, so it'll definitely ramp up now. So trying to get the balance between day job, which is number one focus, hi boss, and then fitting in football content, which I absolutely adore, and also the work I do with Finalysis as well.
Yeah, of course. Just so everyone knows, the people that we get on usually do come from Finalysis. We usually tell you during our podcast, but it's a great app. Go check out. It's a friendly community. You can engage with people from your own team as well, so it takes out the hatred as well that you're not going to get off these Twitter accounts, etc. But just before we jump into Liverpool itself, did you manage to enjoy the World Cup?
Well, I loved it. Obviously would have preferred England to have lifted it, but I think there was parts of the England game that was very positive. I do think there's a mental block when it comes to England players, no matter whether they've been in a previous tournament or not. But I do think actually they had less pressure on their shoulders than previous World Cups. I think the media and fans actually behaved much better than in previous competitions. And I think there were some really standout performances from the big names and some really great results for some of the lower ranked teams. I think it actually worked, making it wider.
Yeah,
How about you?
I enjoyed it as much as I could. I would like England to have gone all the way. I'm not a big fan of it being held in America, to be honest with you. The time zones and the politics behind it all, that kind of took me away from it a little bit. I've been very clear that I'd be more than happy to not see another World Cup in America again. Infrastructure wise, they can absolutely smash it out of the park, but everything else, a little bit questionable. But I think we're at our limit with how many countries we can have now as well. I don't want to see it get expanded any more than that. I think we have heard rumours as well, but keep it as it is, and I'm happy. But should we jump into Liverpool anyway, because that's where your heart lies?
Okay.
Yeah. The first question I've got for you, I think I do know the answer to this, but were you happy with the way your team performed last season?
Absolutely not. And loads of people who follow me know that I was actually slot in, which was me and maybe one other fan last season. That might have been Jamie Carragher. I think the players really let themselves down, the club down, and definitely put the knife into slot. I think we could have built on the first season with slot. I think there was a balance to be struck from being kind of heavy metal clock football to something that's just much more sustainable, like Pep. So I think slot will go on to greater things. It was just sadly it ended very badly. Not that I'm unhappy with our new manager, not at all. I just feel like the players weren't giving their all, and that I cannot stand. I hate losing, but if we lose, and I know that they're coming off that pitch absolutely on their knees because they gave their all, I can respect that. And we did not have that last season. Not at all.
Yeah, no, that's a fair analysis, really. How do you think your team has performed in pre-season so far?
Well, on my channels, I've been very negative about our pre-season because, quite frankly, hardly any of our first 11 or the players that will actually be playing on the pitch were there. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's great. He's really looking at the youth. Slot didn't do that. Blah blah blah." He had to do it because there was no bugger there. So, sorry if I'm not to swear. There was nobody there. Not even Van Dijk decided to take a trip over there to be there. Around. Fine if he can't play, but that I found quite strange and worrying. Because he didn't have the longest of World Cups. I know he had a long season, but to be the captain and not there, kind of made it feel a bit less important. And obviously we had Jones spats. We had collapse during Leeds when we were absolutely storming it for the first half, 2-0 up. So I think there are so many gaps in our squad. They were there last season. They're still there. I know it's hard to do transfers during World Cup seasons, but I'm really worried about what's going on from a recruitment point of view, and from a leadership point of view behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to get into them transfers in a minute, but you are right. Like, as a Tottenham fan, it was good to see that on our pre-season tour, the likes of Van der Ven and Madison, etc., even though they didn't play, they still went over there to support the team and give them the experience that the youngsters need. So, yeah, you are right. It's a shame that you haven't seen your full sort of starting 11 at least get onto the pitch at some point. How important do you think pre-season is as a fan? Because I know some fans just see it as like it's not something not to really worry about. So others like to sort of pay attention to it.
Yeah, I really go into the detail. So, I want to see what kind of tactics are we going to use? What kind of players is our new manager going to use? Obviously, what style of football are they going to play? Like, don't get me wrong. I know our gaffer's style. I don't think that's going to change much. And I know how many gears he expects from players. But I wanted to see a lot more of kind of who's actually going to be on the pitch. And it was good to see some of the youngsters, because it's right, we didn't get to see them last season at all. And there was, moments of brilliance from some of our youngsters. But I just feel like they should have been resting and training back in Liverpool. I think we would have got much better preparation for the next season. But obviously, it was a money earner, and that's why they were up.
Well, talking of young players, is there anybody that stood out during pre-season that you think might break through this year?
So, Chambers, potentially, especially with such a lack in depth in defenders. We'll get on to kind of the names that are coming up. Neroni in the middle of the park. He had some real nice touches. He's a calm influence on the ball. Can pick it up pass. And quite frankly, if we end up selling McAllister, even though he's come out saying I'm not leaving, I could imagine him going and Gakpo before the transfer window, but only obviously if we get people in. So yeah, they were the standouts for me.
Yeah, well, we're going to jump onto them transfers now. Who have you signed? Who are you linked with? Who have you sold? What's going on in this sort of transfer market? Because I know you're not quite happy with it, are you?
Tell me what is going on. So obviously we've got Muniz. He's in. He's not played. Well, he did training yesterday and his press stuff. And then we're out. Like, obviously we've got some youngsters, but some of them can't even play until kind of next season. And we're getting linked with Barcola still, Mbaye, Konza, which would be amazing if we could get him into central defence. If they can convince him that he'll play, up with Van Dijk this season and then be there with Leone next season, when Van Dijk will probably go, then I hope he would make the move. But if he thinks he's going to be second fiddle or whatever that is, he's just not going to do that, is he? So, but I think we've got to get at least a right back, another central defender, one that knows the Premier League. We need to get left and right winger, and I would say also a playmaker in the middle of the park. I can see that he wants to move Szoboszlai back deeper, which I'm a big fan of, because one of our biggest problems last season was Wirtz, Szoboszlai, McAllister were all in each other's space, and it just did not work. Also, Ekitike, when we did have him, used to go back into that space as well. So if we have Dom further back, kind of dictating play, stopping the other team from playing, and then bombing forward when the need arises, that could really give Wirtz enough space to hopefully supply not only Isak but Barcola and Bo. But at the minute, it's incredibly worrying.
Just as this isn't one that I've got written down, but it's my own personal question. I know you've been linked with Jed Spence as well from Spurs. Is the rumours there true? Do you think you are actually in for him, or
Look, I think I don't know what's going on with recruitment. We for a very long period we were kind of the team to look at when it comes to recruitment, and I think the rumours are probably desperation, and quite frankly they might be doing a bit of scattergun now because we've had people not join us. You know, having looked at how bad we were last season, I don't blame them. This is definitely, hopefully, they talk about it in this way. This is a bit of a project now. I think that we're in that much of a state. And I also worry that the squad we have can't cope with the chaos football that our new gaffer insists on. And not only insists on a match day, insists on it every time they go onto that training pitch. Whereas obviously they've been absolutely jogging or not even jogging with Slot when it comes to training. So this is going to be a huge, huge impact on them physically, let alone mentally. And that's why I hate that there's not been more of a pre-season.
yeah, it's odd really because I know it's not really sort of the manager's fault, but Bournemouth's got such a good infrastructure when it comes to recruiting. You'd like to think that kind of would move along with him as well. I know obviously there's a lot more behind the scenes than it's just simply the manager, but you'd kind of hope that would come through and he'd be able to pull in the players that he wants. It's not like Liverpool to act like this in the transfer window. It has surprised me. Have you noticed any tactical changes with the manager during pre-season? I know it's a little bit difficult. Obviously, it's the first time you're seeing him as well. But have you noticed anything a little bit different?
Yeah, well, definitely that we're now pressing. Is it at the rate he would want and the fans would want? Not yet. But we all know, you know, you can just see past players that have played with him, interviews, and the way they talk about him, let alone the way he talks about his own expectations. This is going to be back to kind of serious kind of Klopp, if not even higher impact than that, higher tempo, higher up the pitch, which is why the defensive gaps not only in our back four but in the middle of the field just worry me massively. So that is definitely there to be seen. It's interesting. I didn't know whether he would try a back three, especially with the lack of defenders we have. But I just don't think Liverpool are a back three kind of team. I think there was probably rumours about that if we'd got Mark Gay last season. So it's definitely been a back four. It just also shows that we're probably going to leak some goals. You know, if you watch that Leeds game in particular, I think we're just going to have to get used to the tactics of we're going to score more, which again is going to be hard for Liverpool fans when we've in the past been very strong defensively and been able to win by just the one goal or whatever. And I think it's going to be interesting to see the next two really competitive games and seeing more of the first 11 to really see some of those tactics coming through.
Yeah, I think you could be quite an interesting team to watch this season. Like, if for people who have listened to the podcast and stuff, they'll understand my philosophy of football is to go out there and just score more than your opponent. And I'm not. Ange Ball absolutely suited me as a Tottenham fan. I loved it. It was chaotic. Yeah, okay, we didn't win every week, which was worrying, but I love that style of football. And I think we could see something similar for Liverpool this season. And to be honest with you, I'm the only Tottenham fan in my family. Everybody else I'm surrounded by is all Liverpool. So I do keep a close eye on it. So I'm not rooting for you, but I do like to keep a lookout for you. This is the same questions that I ask all of the fans that come on, but again, I think I might know the answer. Out of 10, what would you rate your window so far?
Oh, can I go minus?
You
Two?
want
A two?
a 2?
Because even Menez, he looks great. Like, he's my type of player, right? He gives his all. He's pacey. He will jump in, and never stop running. And he plays for the team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him play, hopefully this weekend. But the youngsters are still to be seen. Yeah, it's not been good at all. I was hoping we'd go really quickly and try and do as much as we could before the World Cup started. But that didn't happen.
Yeah,
At
well,
least initial talks.
that's why I put these questions in there, because for you it is a 2, and some people who maybe don't have their finger on Liverpool constantly might not be aware. So that's why we're kind of doing these like little interviews. So look, if it's a 2, that's you're here to represent the Liverpool fan base. Realistically, where do you think you'll finish next season?
I mean, if we don't sign another player, we'll be lucky if we're in European spots. But seriously, I stand by that, because I know the gaps were there last season when Slot was, gentle on the players, like physically. That I just feel like we've got the walking injured in our squad anyway. Frimpong gets injured if someone blows on him. Gomez, let's not even talk about him. I mean, he did 7 minutes of pre-season, the friendlies. And McAllister, I thought he looked very, very leggy last season. I think there's only 3 or 4 players that I think are going to be able to cope from the get-go with Anroni's style. So that worries me massively. So, yeah, that's why I'm realistically, like, talk to me in a few weeks. If we've got Barcola, we've got Emmo, we've got Konza, Jed Spence, I'm going to have a different story to tell. Although, again, it's going to be very hard on the team and the manager to get them playing with hardly any time. I mean, that's what happened to us last season, and that happened.
And I think, am I right in saying that he's now got to do 2 games a week for the first time, right? He didn't do that with Bournemouth, did he?
Yeah, it'd be 3 games a week once Champions League
3
kicks
games
in.
a week, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be hard on the players physically, especially at the pace he's gonna expect. And we have the ball a lot, right? Bournemouth don't have the ball a lot. So if they're in the opposition half pressing, it's less of an effort than when you've also got to create when you're pressing that high. So I do think that a lot of the players from last season have got a shock in their hands. It's going to be interesting to see who rises to the top.
Yeah, that style of football it forces quite a lot of injuries on the squad as well. If you're already thin on the ground, it's worrying times. You're well within your rights to be slightly concerned. Are you ready for some quick fire questions? They are quick fire, but if you want to go into a little bit more, it's up to you. It's your time.
Right, go for it.
First one, which game are you most looking forward to next season?
Beating Man United.
Who will be the top scorer for your club and for the league?
Better be Isak.
For the league as well, or just for Liverpool?
Sorry, the whole Premier League. What I'm supposed to think wider than Liverpool? It better be Isak.
No, like I said, we want one from each. We want one from your club and one for the league. So if you want Isak
sorry. Oh God,
well
who else? They've got to be below us. No. Oh God, that's a toughie.
If you get clicking, Isak's not a bad shout if you can stay fit.
No, I know, and he better, because he owes us now after last season. Will City do well? I hope they don't do well. I hope the fact that Pep's gone, suddenly they fall apart, but they've got so much talent there. If he stays, it's got to be in the Norwegian, hasn't it?
Yeah, I do feel like that is going to be the common answer quite a lot. Who's going to be the Premier League winner?
It just kills me. Last season, because we thought we did well with the old transfers, I was like, Liverpool are going to win. We're going to get two on the bounce. Oh God, I hope it's not Arsenal.
Preaching to the choir.
Like, could Chelsea do it? Could they do it? Could Alonso come in and smash it? Like, I don't really want City to get another one. I definitely don't want Man United to win. And sorry to say this to a Spurs fan, but, yeah. Could it be Chelsea and then the whole of the Liverpool fans go and riot because we didn't get him as a manager?
Well, 1 game a week and with Jordan Henderson there now, which will come out with nowhere. It's you never know. Shall we go for the 3 relegated teams as well? Who's going to be the 3 relegated?
I mean, how do you fancy your chances?
I quite fancy him this season, to be honest with you. But I am also from Hull, and I'm a Hull City season ticket holder, so I'm not looking forward to that one.
Ooh. Oh, that's tough. So okay, I've got the table
It could be
here.
a very long season for me, to be honest.
Yeah, it could. But I mean, if you look at the amount of money in your, like, if it's your first 11, what is it? Something like 500 million your first 11
Yeah,
with your new
what
signings?
we've spent this season as well. And to be honest with you, we've spent quite a lot, but we've done a lot of good selling as well. So our net spend is actually quite good.
Yeah. No. But I mean, just the quality on that pitch. Like,
Yeah.
I hope you do well. I really enjoy Spurs. I often go to Liverpool games, and I'm in the enemy side, and I go to the London clubs because that's where I work and live near. So I've been in Spurs quite a lot. So I think Ipswich, maybe Hull. Sorry, and can I just put a joke one in and say Man United?
Yeah, if you want to. Out of them 3, who is going to be relegated first?
Probably Hull. Probably Hull. I think Forest will have potentially a tough time. Because we all know their manager and the owner, and yeah, it all could go wrong. So Forest might be down there. I also think it's going to be hard for Palace. The amount of change they've had, lost a great manager. Again, that would be sad if they were to go. I really love Palace, love their fans.
There's a few teams you could say about Fulham. You could say about Newcastle. It could be quite
Everton,
scary down at the
maybe.
bottom. Yeah.
Everton, maybe. They've not strengthened massively, have they? So yeah, they might find it hard to.
Yeah, 100%.
But
And
lucky Liverpool.
it's never nice to talk about someone losing the job, but who do you think will be the first manager to be sacked? See, I had it down as Al, but he's obviously already gone.
Yeah. You could imagine something happening with Forest, couldn't you?
Owner's a bit unpredictable, isn't he?
Yeah, like he could, even if it's like the first game and they lose badly, it could be fireworks. Yeah, I can't imagine too much happening of the play. The teams further up the table, because there's been so many of us with new managers. So it's got to be around that kind of Forest, Ipswich. I mean, would there be a change at Everton? Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, Forest would be my bet.
And if I had to push you for an actual place, where is Liverpool finishing? I need a specific place.
Can I come back and do one if we've got Barcola and Konza?
Absolutely.
I think we'll be around the 6th and 7th place if we don't strengthen. If we do get some of the names that we're being linked with, then I think we could be 3rd or 4th. But I don't feel like we can challenge, and it's the first time in my life that I want to be wrong. So yeah, that's my bet.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you want to let people know where they can find you and what you do?
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Red Luca. You can see it on the shirt at the back here. I mainly post on TikTok with my football content, but you can also find me on Instagram, red_Luca, and also YouTube, where I go into more of the tactical side of the game. And yeah, I will see you all on lives as well. I do those around matches and whenever I can squeeze them in, and go on lovely podcasts like this.
Sarah, you've absolutely smashed it. You've represented Liverpool very, very well today. It could be a long season for you, but I hope you do enjoy it. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to do on whatever platform you're watching on. Head over to our social medias as well. Head over to Sarah's, follow her, she's a legend. And don't forget that this podcast is brought to you by GME Media, so if you could head over there and follow their socials as well, that would be also amazing. Sarah, thank you so much for coming on today. I really do appreciate it, and enjoy the season.
Thank you. Here's hoping for us both.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you. Bye.